Okay, this is going to be a short one, and I'm sure I look charming, but it's late, and hunger is gnawing me to the bone, but you have to see this. Oh my god, I'm so happy. We did this maybe an hour ago, an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I've just been basically standing starry-eyed looking at this. I've always thought that they look like radio controlled cars with the shell off, you know. I can't take my eyes off it. It's very cool. I am very worried about this chassis, and I'm sure I've mentioned it. The chassis is very much the weak part of this car. It has been badly abused. You're not supposed to jack them by the chassis. Well, you can, but you're supposed to use pieces of wood to spread the load, and this has been jacked on numerous occasions. It's all heaved in, because it's a very light chassis. Incredibly stiff, but for, precise points of lifting like that, it's just not designed for that kind of thing. There are no towing points on it. That must say a lot as well. So there it is. Look at that. So you've got this tubular sections here, all triangulated, and then that meets more triangulation here in plate steel, which meets the backbone, which runs up, and again it's triangulated at the front. And you've got your those things, you know what they're called. They have fluid in them, the coolant pipes. They run all the way down the chassis back to the engine, because the rad is obviously mounted up here in the front. And what else can I show you? There's the oil cooler that Ian Harbin told us all about, that he's replaced a few times. Very vulnerable there, but just look how race car like this is. I mean, it really, you can see that these guys were building race cars. Really, that's what they wanted to do, and the road cars were a product of that. Inboard brakes, you see them? How do I do this? And the drive shafts, get it right, George. Top link of the suspension, so you've got your coil over, you've got your drive shaft as the top link, and then the bottom link is down below there. Anyway, I said this was going to be short. There's the body. We've been staring at it for well over a year, so you don't really need to see that anymore, do you? It's looking very sexy, actually, because for the first time ever, it's sitting level, because this car has had federal specification shock absorbers put in the front, and the federal cars were higher, the US cars, because their headlights had to meet a certain height. So it never sat right, but it kind of looks cool. It's very beautiful looking sitting there just like that. Anyway, I'm going to go home. I'm going to drink some beer, and I'm going to take a takeout, and I'm going to be very happy and get a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, weather permitting, I will maybe work on the Range Rover, or maybe start editing. I'm not sure. Not start. I've been editing every evening, but maybe literally start putting an episode together. Oh, just another fuck up in a, well, I don't have that many fuck ups, but I had 3 cameras set up. This phone, a very old GoPro that's not really up to it, and obviously my main camera, which also isn't up to it these days, and only one of them recorded, the phone. So I do have the body coming off, but instead of having 3 angles on it, there's only one. I don't know what happened with my camera. It was giving me a bit of trouble all day. It just would stop recording by itself, which isn't cool, but there you go. It might have been something to do with the SD or the CF card or whatever. Anyway, boring you. That is the state of play. Things are going to get really cool and really interesting, and I'm a very happy boy. I'll see you soon.